Once again, it's your host, Kier the Critic.
And your bestie, Bunny Stewart.
And today in the studio, we have a couple of, actually a married couple. We have multifaceted talents, which includes running the Trash Film Orgy, as well as some directing, as well as being involved with bands. We have Darin Wood and Christy Savage. Thanks for being on the show today.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Welcome. We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you so much.
So I know you guys do a lot with obviously the Trash Film Orgy, but how did you get involved in, I guess, just like film production, things of this nature? Was it something, is that how you met, or?
Actually, yeah, pretty much. We were in the early 90s, we were both working at Tower Books, and we started making movies together. And then we were shooting on Super 8 film.
Yeah, if anybody knows what that is. Super 8 films.
Then we transitioned to doing a cable access show here throughout the 90s.
Right.
And then we started the Trash Film Orgy Film Festival, and in 2005, the Crest Theater put in digital projection, and that was a game changer for us.
100%.
At that point, we began to produce content for digital projection in front of a live audience, so that was exciting. So we went Super 8, cable access, live shows, and then to video.
Yeah. And now streaming. No.
Yeah.
And now streaming. And now streaming.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Almost like a full circle if you start to do like stage shows with.
Right. Now it's like we should stop everything and go back to cable access again.
We
take it back to the beginning, right?
Yeah, we did over 100 of those live shows at the Crest, because we ran for 14 years.
Wow.
And every show had like they were like skits or sketches that ran before the feature, and so every night we did 6 shows a year, and then we also did Halloween.
Shows in the summer. Yeah.
We also did a Halloween show, and we also did sometimes a Christmas or a springtime show. So we did a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So the Trash Film Orgy Halloween show, that's going on again this year, right?
We do have a Halloween show. It's going to be at the Colonial. We're partnering with the guys from Love Horror that do the Sacramento Horror Film Festival. Once again, partnering with them and doing a show at the Colonial on Halloween this year, October 31st.
Very cool.
So exciting.
So for anyone that's not familiar with the Trash Film Orgy, because I personally have never been, I've heard about it for years. Can you kind of walk us through exactly what that is, what it entails for somebody that may not be in the know?
Sure.
You want to take that one?
I don't know if I have a good answer. I mean, in the 70s and stuff, they began to have like what were cult films, and all across the country, you began to see things that were midnight movie shows where they would program and they would show like more offbeat sorts of films.
Kind of like grindhouse films.
Absolutely.
Kind of stuff
Yeah. That's the same
Yeah.
sort of thing. And so our show was that, only it also had a live element, where when we first started at the Crest, they were showing midnight movies, and their thing was to have an MC guy come out with a T-shirt cannon and shoot off some T-shirts and throw some candy to the audience. And we're like, well, let's do live gore on stage instead.
Yeah.
So we generally, and our formula was bring somebody out and they would, do something or other, and it would end up with like a fake gore effect on stage or stuff like that. That was kind of our mainstay.
Yeah.
But 100 of those with different variations of all that kind of
games
stuff.
in the lobby.
And games, and when we were at the Crest, there was such a large lobby that we began to put like carnival shows on.
There's a lot of room to do that kind of stuff
in the lobby as well, and
in
in front
stuff
of the
out
theater
front
as well.
At first too, we did like weird sideshow things out front. People juggling knives.
How cool!
And that's where we started the Zombie Walk. The Zombie Walk it started out as a flyering gag to pass out flyers for the Trash Film Orgy. And we started like the very first one. A friend of ours had a school bus, and so we filled it with guys in zombie makeup, and we all went bowling. And then we went, at that time they had
kind of like a pub crawl, but dressed as like zombies.
At that time in Sacramento, they had the second Thursday, the art walk was like a thing that the city had.
Second Saturday.
Yeah, they still do that, right?
Yeah. This was at the beginning of that, and so we thought, let's
get. It was like 2001. Let's get a bunch new and exciting.
Right. Let's get a bunch of guys in the zombie makeup, and we'll go out and we'll do the art walk. and we'll pass out flyers at the same time, and so that just kind of grew out of that. So doing stunts and stuff like
and
that.
that ended up being a big zombie walk. We ended up having after years. It kind of blew up. I think we're still listed in Wikipedia and stuff as one of the first ever ones that did that.
Did do the zombie walk?
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Do you still do the zombie walk currently?
We don't. There are some other groups in town that are using the name Sacramento Zombie Walk, but we're not affiliated with them.
I don't think they're doing it this year. What happened for us was that when we were first doing it, we did it. It was like guerrilla style and kind of like a DIY thing. We started in Old Sacramento, and we went through what used to be the mall there, where the Golden One is now.
Yeah.
We went underneath the freeway and we marched that way.
Cool.
And what happened is over the years, there began to be really large numbers.
Right.
There wasn't at first, but at some point the city stepped in and said,
around
"You can't do this anymore."
So it's like,
you know?
okay, you guys aren't
So-
growing anymore.
they
You gotta
didn't-
get permits and police.
They didn't shut us
street
down.
closures,
They want to get that money involved at some point, right?
Right, they didn't shut us down, but they wanted to do street closures, which meant it ended up costing about $8,000.
That's what I'm saying.
To do it because
Yeah.
of the street closures, and we had to pay for a certain amount of police officers, and they were getting overtime to escort the walk and stuff. Whereas before we were doing it on our own, we would just pick a route that we felt the traffic was safe, and we had guys out there that would wear camos and carry these sticks that we pretended were
cattle prods.
Cattle prods.
Shock the zombies.
And they were there to direct traffic so that we didn't
That
get
is
somebody
so
killed
clever.
doing our event. But the cops came over, and at that point it became like really big, and we did that for a couple years, but it just got to be where we couldn't raise the money anymore. And the city didn't want us to go the route of having like a beer garden or anything like that. They liked that it was a no alcohol event, and it was all ages, and it was free for the community, and they loved that. But it made it really hard to monetize. So raising that money just became harder every year.
And you have a free event, and now they're charging you $8,000 to
yeah.
even
So
kick
we had
it
to
off,
come up.
so,
We had to come up with that money by getting sponsors, and they would let us have a few food trucks, and we could charge them, $200 to be in the park that we had. But it got just really hard to raise that money.
Understood.
So,
Yeah, that's very expensive, especially if they're saying, "Oh, we want it to be like no alcohol and family friendly," but we also want $8,000." So it's like,
with the alcohol, but then it's like more expensive,
Right,
and more
yeah.
expensive, and more after a while.
but
It's
I
like, we
mean-
just wanted to do this fun, weird
we did.
performance art thing.
We did, and to be clear, the city loved us.
The
I mean,
city was great
we
to
would
work
go
with,
in there and
actually.
like, this is our proposal, and they would bend over backwards to make it work. But there was costs, and there was stuff we couldn't get around. I think they gave it to us as cheap as they could, honestly.
no. So I want to talk about a few of the films that you've made, such as Badass Monster Killer. Okay, The Monsters from Bikini. Or wait.
Monster from
Monster
Bikini
from Bikini
Beach.
Beach.
Or-
Okay.
That's
what
actually what
Okay,
we're going to show at
that's
the
what we're gonna
Halloween
show.
show coming up.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Very cool.
goodness,
We're gonna
really?
we're gonna do a bikini Halloween,
Yeah.
right?
I'm there.
right?
Can I
So
be
we're gonna
queen
do-
of that?
You don't see very many of those,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Queen of Bikini Halloween.
Well, here you heard it first, and so
Exactly.
So it is.
Monster from Bikini Beach was our first feature.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then the second feature was Planet of the Vampire Women. And then the third one that you already mentioned was Badass Monster
And do you always
Killer.
showcase these films at the Trash Film Orgy, or
We would do separate. We would do separate premieres. We would
Got
never
it.
show them actually at our film
We never
festival.
showed
Got
it.
it.
Yeah, because the Trash Film Orgy itself was it was like a really loud and rowdy
Got it.
crowd.
It's a different. Yeah, I have a good friend, Jason Alley,
Yeah,
who we all know.
absolutely.
He used to be.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, it gets super wild and nuts in
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah,
and
it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So we would try to keep our premieres like a little bit separate from that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but I mean, we enjoyed having a built-in audience. That's for sure.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, you knew who was showing up. You knew what they were all about.
Exactly.
No surprises there.
Exactly. So, anyway, but yeah, I'm sorry, but what was your question?
Oh no, just to talk about those films, and
Okay.
then so it's great that we'll be able to see that
Yeah.
this Halloween. At
Yeah,
the
because that
Yeah.
one's
Trash
not
Film
streaming
Orgy.
anywhere, so it'll be
Bikini
fun to
Beach
see it
is
on the
not
big screen.
streaming.
Our
Currently.
other ones you can see wherever streaming,
Because it was
for free on
um,
Tubi
it was,
even.
it was SD. It wasn't shot on HD. So
Got it.
so Tubi and Amazon Prime won't take it unless
Right.
we do a conversion, which we can do, and,
Right.
and we will.
You
do.
might probably after Halloween.
We
Yeah,
will do.
exactly.
We
Let's
might
do
do
one
it to-
showing
Yeah.
first and make a big deal, and then
We
we'll-
might do it to tie in kind of and do it because we do pretty well on streaming. But Bikini Beach was was we had a distributor in the beginning, and they licensed to Japan. And
we got one.
and
Oh,
we
that's
have a
fantastic.
we have a
Love
disc,
that.
or is it a Blu-ray or a DVD?
It's a DVD.
It's a DVD that was the Japanese release, and the Japanese, so they licensed our film for Japan, and the DVD. There's 3 different versions of the movie they put on there. They put on the English version of the movie, they put on a dubbed Japanese version of the movie, and then they put on another one where somebody scripted a bunch of extra lines for the monster. So the monster has a voice.
Oh my
so
goodness!
It's talking it's talking, and we watched it with the cast and crew. When it came out, we got a copy in Japan and laughed at everyone's voices and stuff. Like the lead, we had a bad detective as one of the leads. And they gave him like a samurai voice.
That's cool.
It's a trip.
That
it's
is really cool.
But it's like, what's he saying? I don't know what the creature's saying.
Right. That's wild.
There's a lot of dialogue in that one.
And there's a lot of dialogue. There was a shower scene, right? So we had a shower scene in our movie. So we shot just a straight shower scene. And then it's scary, and the girl's in the shower, and she thinks she hears sounds and stuff like that. They put a voiceover.
She's got a voiceover
over the
too.
whole thing.
No idea what she's talking about.
She's talking about something, and I don't know.
You're
what
like,
she's
I have no
talking
clue
about.
what she's saying, but she's definitely saying something.
She's saying something because
Yeah.
you can hear the voice. But
Right.
I mean, still to this day, I'd love to watch the movie with somebody who speaks the language, so I can
Yeah.
get an idea of what's going on.
Need an interpreter just to get through
There's
it.
a part where we went out to Clarksville and we shot. The guy pulls up, the hitman guy pulls up. We park a Cadillac on a bridge out there. And he opens the trunk and he throws out a dummy. And we did 2 shots. We did one shot up on
Put
the
a fishing line on it. So
we did 2 shots. We attached fishing line so we could fish them out and do.
goodness.
And we wanted to do it dusk, so we only had 20 minutes to do this. We had to close we couldn't close the streets out because we're all guerrilla style. So I got
Right.
2 guys with
with
walkie-talkies, and a guy's like half a mile up the street or the road that way, and half a mile up the road that way, and it'd be like, okay, it's all clear. And we'd try to get the shot, and we got the shot. But in the Japanese film, and this guy's a dead body. In
Right.
our movie, he's a corpse that
Right.
they're disposing of. In the Japanese movie, you see the shot and you see the dummy fly off the bridge, and he's saying something on the way down. What's he saying?
That's funny.
It was crazy, right?
Like this corpse supposedly is talking.
Yeah. So I don't know. Man, I guess they were probably adding jokes and stuff. So
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they're making it
hopefully
fun.
it was something
Someday
funny.
you'll get an interpreter. And they'll
Why
be
did
able
the
to
chicken
exactly
cross
what
the
they're
road?
Exactly. Something like that.
Always eat your
Definitely-
vegetables.
would definitely work. Definitely work.
So if anybody wants to be involved in the Trash Film Orgy, they maybe want to be involved in maybe one of your projects that you work on or movies or anything of this nature, what's the best way they can get a hold of either one of you or both of you?
Christy.
Yeah, probably through me. They can message us through any of the Facebook pages, Trash Film Orgy, whatever, or find me on the internet. But yeah, Christy, trashfilmorgy.com.
Very cool. Well, Christy, Darin, we thank you guys so much for being on the show. We'll definitely
awesome.
have to have you back again and catch
yeah,
up.
we
You
got a
guys
new
got some
movie
great
coming out.
stories. Yeah.
Drunk the Smasher, right?
Drunk the
It was a lot of-
Smasher.
yeah.
And you're
a lot
having a
of fun.
crowdfunding for it.
Yes, we're
Correct.
about to kick off our final finishing funds for that. So
Yeah,
Great.
and that'll be mostly to. We need some money to do the premiere.
Right.
we did
premiere will be fun. You guys
last
will
time
be
we
there.
did the IMAX, and that's like $2,500 to rent that.
You don't have to
place
tell me.
for a
I know.
night. Yeah, I know. It's like, you know what I'm saying. You were renting it for the whole day. Right?
Yeah.
They should give you a bulk rate though, right?
Yeah, they did give you a bulk rate for the 2 days.
Okay.
And I got in real good with the president, so so he gives me a little bit of help. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, you're gonna broker the deal for me then. Okay?
Yeah.
Get us a sweet deal, man.
That's
I'll
the
see
way
what I can do.
community
Yeah,
works.
okay.
I'll have my
Yes,
people call your
that's
people.
right.
Yeah. I'll have my people call your people. See what we can make happen
Fantastic.
for you.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you guys both for being on the show. We'll definitely have you back, especially after before the premiere, maybe, or
Okay.
after the premiere.
Oh, that'd be
And
great.
we
That'd be
can go,
great.
and that way
And
we
tell you
can
more
hype
about
it up and tell people where
Oh,
it's
that'd
going to
be-
be
that's
at
perfect.
and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. So
That's perfect.
Fantastic.
well, we thank you again.
Thank you
All
for
right.
having us.
Thank you. It was really fun.
Well, thank you once again for watching another edition of SacTown Movie Buff Television. We'll be back again soon with another episode. Have a great day.